Hello and welcome into another edition of our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. Matt Winthrop joined alongside by VJ Stanley at Webster Ice Arena, and what should be a good matchup tonight between the Penfield Patriots and the Fairport Red Raiders. It's the second and final meeting between these two teams, with Penfield winning the first one 2-0, and I think, again, we can expect another good game tonight, VJ.
Yeah, what I think we're going to see tonight is a lot of speed through the neutral zone, which is my kind of hockey. They're going to start flying. But what the key is how can both teams get that puck out of the zone quickly? Because the longer that puck is in the zone, it sounds simple, but really, hockey is a simple game. It's just not easy. The longer that puck is in that zone, the more turnovers happen. The more turnovers happen, the more pucks go in the net.
Well, it seems simple enough. Anyway, we should be in for a good matchup, and we'll be back with more of your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports.
It's the Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week. Tonight's matchup is at Webster Ice Arena, where the Penfield Patriots are hosting the Fairport Red Raiders. Starting for the Patriots, forwards, number 16, Marco Viola, number 17, Cooper Allen, and number 23, Kyle Leet. On defense, number 18, PJ O'Brien, number 24, Ryan Fox, and number 30, Lindsey Browning in goal. Starting for the Red Raiders, forwards, number 8, Jacob Dillon, number 13, Jack Salerson, and number 17, Justin Ball. On defense, number 16, Jordan Falk, number 20, Chloe Harvey, and number 1, Michael Lair in goal.
Joining me now is head coach of the Penfield Patriots, Nathan Miller. Coach, last time you guys played, Fairport 2-0 victory for you guys, so what do you remember about that game?
It was a good, hard-fought victory. We buried a couple opportunities. Our goalie played really well that evening, and she has throughout the season, so it gave us obviously a good opportunity to win, and we cashed in on a couple of chances, and fortunately we had some good defense to support us along the way.
Not too many hiccups for you guys so far this season, so what's the biggest takeaway that you've seen, production-wise out of your team so far this year?
I think we're just playing a good team game overall. Again, the players have really adapted to what we're asking of them in practice, competing hard, and we just have a good mix of some talent and some grit across the lines that have been playing so far this year, so it's a good balance for us.
And you mentioned your goaltender, Lindsey Browning, has done a fantastic job this year. What can you expect from her tonight, and just how have you seen her grow throughout this season?
She's a tremendous asset to our program. Obviously, again, her stats don't lie. She's been great. She's really come in and solidified the position for us. So our players just come in and play hard in front of her, and she brings a consistent game every time she steps on the ice, be it practice or obviously in game situations. So we know what to expect, and I think they do too. So hopefully it'll be a good tilt tonight.
So for those watching, what can we expect out of a Fairport and Penfield game tonight, the second meeting between you two guys?
It'll be a good, hard, intense game. Hopefully, again, we'll get a good fan base, and it should be a good show.
Joining me now is head coach of the Fairport Red Raiders, Chris Moretter. Coach, things didn't go well for you last time you saw Penfield 2-0 loss, but what do you remember about that game, and what can you take away from that?
Penfield's having a great year. The one thing I do remember from that game is that Penfield has a lot of size. We had trouble with their size and speed, and even though the game was only 2-0, we obviously had a lot of trouble penetrating the defensive zone, getting pucks to the net. Clearly, their goalie, she's having a great year, and she was able to make all the initial saves, and what we have to do tonight is try to create more traffic and get a hold of those second and third opportunities.
And then this is another key divisional matchup for you, so we're kind of getting towards close to the end of the season. So would you say things are starting to get a little more heated up as we get towards the end?
For sure. I mean, at this point in time, teams are thinking about gaining momentum for the playoffs and building on that momentum. And for us, we have a lot of new faces on our team. We have 14 new players on the team, so it's taken us a while to adjust. But I think at this point, I think they're starting to adjust well to their roles, and we've starting to get some people back that have been injured as well. So that certainly helps. So for us, it's about gaining momentum. Hopefully, just taking it one game at a time and gaining some wins along the way, and heading with some momentum in the playoffs.
you also have, a few upperclassmen, about 8 seniors on your team as well. So have they kind of helped, maybe help with the new people coming in this season and get them accustomed to, this game?
Actually, we have some seniors that are first-year varsity players. But just being a senior in itself has certainly helped out with a lot of our younger guys. Even though some of them might be first-year seniors, they played enough travel hockey and they played JV that they are helping out with our younger guys. And then the seniors have been on the team for a while. They're always helping out. I think one of the things that we've done well this year is to really stay positive and upbeat on the bench. In good times and times where we're facing adversity. Our upperclassmen have risen to the occasion and have led the way. So pretty impressed by that.
The Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week will return after these messages. High School Hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Ralph Honda, done right, Lattimore Physical Therapy, and Rick's Prime Rib.
Welcome into our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. We are at Webster Ice Arena, a matchup between Fairport and Penfield. And already a quick one comes out on net, and it's the second of 2 meetings between these two teams, with Penfield win the first one 2-0. And a quick shot put on net by Justin Ball, and starting goaltender Lindsey Browning has to make a nice save at the beginning.
Real smooth as she moved from one side of the crease to the other. Already impressive, but she was impressive in warm-ups. And as an ex-coach, I'm not big on warm-ups.
Alrighty, the puck staying in the Penfield zone. And the Patriots try and get this one out.
It's just the breakout I was talking about. You got to get that puck out. There's the forecheck.
Here's Salerson taking advantage of a player falling down, and is flipped up and out. Good defense by P.J. O'Brien. Now a race to the puck. It's Cooper Allen. He's in. He'll go forehand. Save made by Lair.
Oh, what a great play by Allen to use his body to shield the defenseman and slide in front of the net, and then an even better save.
Great back check by Eichmann to break up that shot attempt. His shot, however, gets blocked. Eichmann gets it back from Newcomb. This is the top line for the Fairport Red Raiders of Tyler Nicely, Jonathan Newcomb, and Mason Eichmann. Icing waved off. Carroll gives it back to Burek. Newcomb tips it up to Eichmann. Tried to feed nicely. However, it's taken away by Schlifke, but chipped back in by the Red Raiders. And taking this one over is Ebersol, one of the captains for this Penfield team. Over to leading point getter Jack Schlifke. Off the boards with speed, it's Powlin. He'll go wide, gets a whack on the hands, and that's a penalty. And Powlin gets taken down. Burek will be going to the box after giving a two-hander to Powlin. However, the Patriots still applying pressure. Newcomb will touch this one up. I guess no call. Now finally we get a whistle, as that one was touched up eventually by Moosehafen. And we have our first power play coming up for Penfield. 13:06 left, so it's a minute 54 in. We got a power play for the Patriots.
And Maddie, that started down at the other end on the breakout. Same thing. They were able to get speed. And what you talked about off camera and on camera is that the size of Penfield is excellent, but also the speed. That play coming in front of the net on the first shot was excellent.
As looks like we have the refereeing crew, real quick, want to say Danny Caulfield and Justin Prusak, and they have sent 2 Red Raiders into the box.
So, a hook and a slash.
Okay, so we got 2 calls in this, I guess, but the thing is Fairport still has 4 players on the ice, so I'm kind of curious, is this a 5-on-3? Or is it all just one player? Because we at least know Burek is in the box for a slash.
Nope, there's the second penalty up on the board, so they only can have.
And I think one of the referees is letting the Fairport know that one player has to come off the ice. So we do have a 5-on-3. So there's a little confusion on Fairport's bench. Led to that. So already a good start for Penfield. And we'll see if they can get this power play going.
Nice saucer
back
pass.
Back to the far point, but Fox sees that one bounce over his stick. Good attempt, though. Fox uses a power move. Enters his own, fires that one. I believe it hit off the crossbar.
Good call, Matty.
And that one goes out of play. And I believe that should, if I'm not mistaken, that should come out of the zone. Yep, we're going to face off outside the zone.
Good call, brother. I'll tell you, Elite really has nice hands for passing. Penfield's already impressive.
10-1-1 on the year, this Penfield Patriots team. Fairport coming in 9-4-1.
All right, the defenseman slides up, the forward comes out in case they can get a quick break.
And Jambroni loses this one. Could not develop time for the puck to get sent down the boards. And they tried to, however, it's kept in by Fox. Two right-handers on the point. Fox over to O'Brien, fires a shot. That one hits a body in front of rebound chance, flipped in, they score! As the puck was knocked down in front, went to the far side, and Penfield, a power play goal to make it 1-0. I believe this will be Cooper Allen's goal.
The play was a little bit of luck, though, because as Penfield dumped the puck in on a 5-on-3, which is pretty risky, the wraparound didn't work, and then the play from the point came in, and there was a really fortunate bounce for him, and it came right to him.
So already a power play goal, just 2.5 minutes into the game, and still 55 seconds left up on the clock for another power play chance for Penfield. Cooper Allen in the power play goal. Schlifke dodges Newcomb, enters his own, good job, but no offsides by the Patriots. Schlifke fires that one across. However, Stewie cannot get a stick on that one.
Just missed Stewie on that play.
Schlifke
really nice zone entrance.
With a good block to Stewie. He gets knocked off the puck, and now taking it back is Whitshaber, excuse me. Pitch and catch, it's Whitshaber again. Back to the point to Ebersol, fires a shot, and looking for a redirect with Stewie, but that's gloved by Lair. 16 seconds left in the power play, and it's until Eichmann comes out of the box, depending on if Penfield scores another one.
Boy, you want to get that puck low, especially with the man down and the size advantage that you have here. You really, really want to see if you can get that puck down and get the rebound.
It looks like Penfield's been going for quite a few redirects as well, getting bodies in front. Ebersol fires another one, and another redirect. And that one goes wide. And trying to slap this one out is Moosehaven. Kept in for the time being, and nicely gets it back. Eichmann is out of the box in 1 second. So Penfield does a good job of killing the second one off, but could not stop, Fairport could not stop Penfield from scoring on the first power play. It's Ebersol. Schlifke tried to glove that down. Ebersol gets it back to Schlifke. Only a sophomore, his leading point getter for Penfield. Arguably one of the biggest guys on the ice. Tried to go through the defense, but he's stopped. Falk gets it back. And back come the Red Raiders. Falk gets around a couple. Up from his defensive post. Fairport trying to apply some pressure. Nicely gets pinned up against the boards. And good job by the Patriots to flip this one around, but a good steal by Dillon. Eichmann, his shot gets blocked. Taken back by Leet. And eventually this one comes out of the zone where Viola, with speed, dodges one, gets around another, but loses this one off his stick. And now here comes Dillon. A little 2-on-2. Nicely, good poke check on nicely by Ryan Fox.
Boy, right there, you need to one-time it as it comes through. You're headed right into traffic. Good try, though.
Looked like nicely tried to get that one on a forehand and get more to the center of the ice, but certainly agree with you there, VJ.
Look at the flow here. This is nice. Look at him. Oh, great interception.
Turnover. And Moosehaven takes it back.
Boy, Lead keeps, it's 3 great plays he's made. We're only 5 minutes into the game.
There's Moosehaven. Oh, his pass just gets a little intercepted. However, Fairport still gets the puck. Trying to enter the zone, and a good job of knocking that one away by O'Brien.
Boy, ball was wide open coming down that left wing, and he was a right-handed shot.
Here's Ebersol. Tried to feed Whitshaber, couldn't hit it. Whitshaber gets it back, tried to pass this one out in front, stolen back by Ball. And here come the Red Raiders. Now it's Lipari. He goes wide. Passes out in front, nobody home, so Schlifke takes it back for the Patriots. And delayed offsides call. Good attempt by Fairport, though, to keep that one in.
Well, he needed a head man pass there. Penfield's been both teams been very unselfish and very pass orientated. Very impressed by the pace of this game. 6 minutes in.
Witch Saber steals that puck, and a big collision has fallen down is Powlin. However, the Penfield still has a puck behind the Fairport net. Newkirk flips this one up and out. And now race to the puck. Flaherty will get there first, being harassed by Evan Kaiser. Puck comes right in front of the Fairport bench, and a good keep in the time being. A couple players get tied up. Now it's Madsen. Fans on this shot. Harvey went down for the block. Kaiser gets knocked off this puck. Harvey flips this one around, and it looks like overskating that one was Burek. He gets pinned in the near corner. Now it's Kaiser. Up to ball. There's Jambron, he'll flip this one in. And we have an icing call with 8:15 left to play in the first, and we'll take our first break. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. You're watching your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. A 1-0 lead for the Penfield Patriots. A home game over the Fairport Red Raiders. A power play goal by Cooper Allen is the difference maker right now. A good pass up to Nicely. With speed, he goes wide, fires a shot right into the bread basket of Lindsey Browning, and she will hold. Our first period is brought to you by Lattimore Physical Therapy. We'd like to welcome them as our new sponsor. At Lattimore, their physical therapists enjoy the work they do and bring a positive attitude to their patients' therapy experience. They want their patients' therapy to be something they look forward to each and every session. If patients tell their friends and family about their success at Lattimore, they know they've done their job. That's LattimorePT.com.
I like the way Browning came out at the top of the crease.
A quick shot gets knocked out in front. Newcomb with a shot. That one goes through the crease. Nicely. Again, this Fairport top line trying to start something. Newcomb back to the point. He gets it back along the far half boards. Tried to pass that one out over to Nicely in front. Got deflected wide. Nicely gets it back. Tried to thread the needle. Stepping in is Eichmann.
Nice save by Moosehaven.
And a good dump by Powlin. Moosehaven again saves the puck. Nobody over on the far side. Eichmann's going to get there first. He'll send a slapper from the point. Rebound chance, and that one goes in! Browning gave up a rebound, and depositing that one will be Jonathan Newcomb, and we have a tie game with 7:17 left in the first period.
Came right around the corner of the net, but the play was made here by Moosehaven, not once but twice, keeping the puck in, and then the other defenseman had to come out to protect him as he pinched, but then they got back control of the puck and then came back in and scored. But Moosehaven should get a lot of credit for that goal. I don't know if he's going to get an assist or not, but he was a key point to that goal. And a good play by Eichmann to just shoot the puck on net. The forward stepping in there for his defenseman. So we got some back and forth action right now. A 1-1 game with 7 minutes left. This one sent back in where Browning will leave it for her defense. This is Ebersol. Good forecheck by Salerson. And they keep the puck in. Salerson trying to centering feed. And the defense goes down. And now it comes back to the point. That one gets blocked right in front by Leet. Great play by Burek, and then a great cover coming back to the point by Ball. Fairport's really playing some good team hockey.
Fairport has to check up the delayed offsides. Ebersol. The Red Raiders start to get a change as well. Good recovery on that pass by Allen. Overskates the puck, and we have an offsides call with 6:23 left to play in the first period. We'll take another break. This year, Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. It's a 1-1 tie between the Fairport Red Raiders and the Penfield Patriots. First period brought to you by Lattimore Physical Therapy. Lattimore Physical Therapy's network of clinics currently offer 20 locations in providing access to more than 50 certified physical therapists. They have experience treating most conditions and injuries, and in most cases are able to schedule our patients' first appointment within 1 week. They offer initial consultations within 24 hours of your convenience. That's LattimorePT.com. This one comes out of the zone and chasing after it is Stewie. Has some speed, tries a spinorama. Good job by the Red Raiders to come back and prevent that opportunity from occurring. Here's Newkirk.
Delayed penalty.
Looks like we'll have a penalty coming up on Penfield, so Fairport gets its first power play with an interference call. So we'll see what this Fairport power play can do.
I think it's Sopko coming back in the neutral zone with interference.
It looks like it. So already have one power play goal this game, that coming from Cooper Allen of Penfield. And then tying it up was Jonathan Newcomb. We'll see what this Fairport team can do on this power play. At the point, it's Falk. He'll walk the line. That one gets deflected up in the netting. Eichmann standing right in front of the crease. Deflected that one too high.
And that's a set play now. You see it even, you see it in the pros where there's so much traffic in front, the tip guy now comes out farther and that defenseman angles it to it. We used to do it a lot at the U of R. I really like that play.
Another good face-off win by Eichmann, and he'll go right to the front of the net. Newcomb to Falk, winds up through a screen, and that one hits a body and goes wide.
He likes to shoot the puck. I like that.
Falk gets it back, winds up again. A blocked in front. Newcomb's shot hits another body. And here come the Patriots. Potential 3-on-1. It's Whitshaber. He's in alone. Barely loses this one.
He lost
it
the
goes
puck.
wide.
Went up on edge on him.
Lost it just enough. Here's Eichmann. Tries a fancy pass. Taken back. And that one gets deflected wide by Eichmann. He's been very active in front of the net. Whitshaber will send this one down, and Lair will leave it for his defense.
I like Fairport's power play. Shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck.
30 seconds left on said power play. Burek. And the top line stays out there. Burek still with the puck. He goes wide. In from his defensive point. Back from the point, it's Newcomb. Shot gets redirected and goes up into the netting as Nicely was parked in front of Browning. VJ, we've seen a lot of traffic so far in this game, I think on both teams, and seen quite a few redirects, especially on this power play with Fairport, really trying to get bodies in front.
Well, Penfield has a size advantage, and Fairport's doing some very good things on the power play. They have left-handed shot on the right side, right-handed shot on the left side, but they're getting the puck quick on net, and I really, really like that in a power play situation.
Viola knocks this one a little down to kill some time off. Moosehaven comes back, enters his zone, gets caught on the referee.
Twice.
And Sobko is out of the box. We'll make a quick line change. Sent back in by Ball. Tried to give this one back to Moosehaven. Ball gets it back. He'll fire a shot. That one goes high. Kept in by Carroll. And just loses this one. And now here's Allen. A 2-on-1. Allen elects to shoot, and a save by Lair. Gotta love the confidence by Allen electing to shoot that one, and we have hand pass with 3:54 left in this first period, a 1-1 game.
Great bounce at the blue line to get the 2-on-1, but what I want to talk about, Pack, you don't see many 3-on-1s a man down. I just the aggressiveness of Fairport, I really, really like it. They're trying to score goals. They're not playing sitting back against these guys, and every once in a while you give up those breaks.
Kept in at the point by Flaherty. Too far out of the reach of Arve. Whitshaber is there. Taken back by Jambron. Harvey harassed by Schlifke. And now coming away with it is Jambron. Overskates this one. He'll send this one in. And Browning, as we've seen her do a few times, comes out of the net confident to play that puck. It's Schlifke with it. Tries the lead pass for Whitshaber. And Lair has to come out of the net to play this one into the far side. And looks like, I guess they're calling a hand pass. That one kind of got hung up on the boards and maybe even hit the netting. Not too sure.
Well, I think he closed his hand on. He got pushed into the boards and his hand closed on the puck. And so they're going to have the face-off come outside.
I think Andrew Ebersol was just asking the referee what the case was. I believe you were right. I guess did close his hand on the puck along the boards. So face off outside the Fairport zone, 3:18 left in this first period.
I'm not just another pretty face, Matt, even though I got a face made for radio.
Schlifke with a good shot and a save by Lair.
Boy, I really liked how he snapped that puck off. He brought it back a little bit in and then rocketed over a little high on the glove side, but that's a real nice form on that snapshot.
Face off to the left of Lair. Good defensive zone win for the Red Raiders. However, Carroll loses this one to Wittshaber. He'll send it back to the point where Bradley will shoot that one in and they score! Bobby Bradley with a wrister from the point. Found its way through Lair, and Fairport has regained the lead with 3:02 left in this first period.
Well, it hit someone in front and actually bounced and then went over and surprised the goaltender, Lair, but I still want to talk about they're not winding up big time from the point. They're getting rid of it quick, Maddie. They're quick. And when you do that, good things happen. But that puck bounced and hit somebody and then bounced up into the net.
It looked like it. We'll see who gets credit for the goal, or maybe hit off a Fairport player. Penfield takes the lead 2-1. I think they're giving the goal to Bradley unassisted. Eichmann. And nicely dodges a hit by Allen. Sent back up and into the Fairport zone. Harvey takes over. She'll flip this one up to Newcomb. Good feed to Eichmann. He walks in, fires a shot. That one might have been going wide, but nonetheless Browning makes a save. That one just goes past Browning into the near corner. And good keeping by Harvey. Over to Nicely. Turn around pass to Eichmann. Nobody home. Harvey steps up from her point position to keep this one in.
She's having a great shift. She made a great hesitation there in the defensive zone that started this whole rush.
Comes back to the point. It's Falk. He'll backhand this one. I believe Browning might have gotten a piece there. Harvey tried to keep this one in. Here's Allen. However, Fairport does a good job of coming back, and Newcomb steals this one away.
Tyler Nisley was flying back. That is so impressive, and now he's on the rush. Great shift, young man.
And Eichmann gets pinned up against the boards by Flaherty. Nicely. Back to the point, Moosehaven. His shot. Saved by Browning.
Fire the puck.
Minute and a half left. It's Schlifke. And a good job by Arby to stop up. Another shot. Schlifke with a rebound chance. And Lair will hold with 1:20 left in this first period.
Boy, he was coming in on that left side, the right-handed shot, and the puck banked off him, and it might have surprised him just a little bit on the angle of the rebound. And great, Lair was in just perfect position there on that right post.
Penfield with a 2-1 lead. I think I accidentally said Fairport earlier, but it's Penfield with the 2-1 lead.
You were out sick last week. It's going to take a period to get back in the game.
Oh, boy.
Thrilled to have you back.
I don't know why, even as a kid, for some reason, I got confused playing against these teams. Anyway, delayed offsides call. Fairport checks up. We got less than a minute remaining in this first period. And what has been a very exciting first period nonetheless.
Great period.
Justin Ball tried to pass that one on the front, and Browning did a good job of just holding on to it. And we got the kids meeting behind the net.
Well, Fairport and Penfield are right next to each other, and they, where are you going to go for pizza? What's your best pizza shop? I think this is the best. And at some point, you're going to have to discuss it.
Maybe they're talking garbage plates now. I would assume, I think maybe garbage plates might be more of the discussion than pizza. That's my guess.
Could be. But, boys are always, my son Clayton used to have a great expression. I'd say, Clayton, are you hungry? He goes, Dad, I'm always hungry. The only time I'm not hungry is when I've just eaten.
46.4 seconds left. Face off to the left of Lindsey Browning. And a good defensive zone win for the Patriots. However, Fairport, with a strong forecheck, keeps this one in. And Falk could not keep this one in. He had a good attempt to do so, however. Allen walks in, and he shoots this one off of Lair's glove.
That play was made by Falk. Great backhanded pass.
Falk over to his D partner, Burek. And now back come the Red Raiders with about 15 seconds left. Browning just sends this one in the corner.
That was an outstanding save by her. That is so hard to do on the bouncing puck. It could have gone right back out in front. She put it right into the corner.
Icing waved off. And that'll do it for the end of the first period. And what was a very exciting first period between these two division rivals, and Penfield is leading 2-1 over the Fairport Red Raiders after one. We'll be back with more of your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports.
High school hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Locker Room Sports, Zweigels, and the Rochester Americans.
It's second period action of your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week from Webster Ice Arena, with the Penfield Patriots up 2-1. The home team over the visiting Fairport Red Raiders.
Pollen's line starting this period for Penfield.
Newcomb with a shot. It gets blocked in front. Newcomb with a rebound opportunity, and Browning makes the save. Not sure if Newcomb got all of that, but nonetheless, a good chance. Burek's shot gets blocked in front. And Whitshaber's pass too far out of the reach of Schlifke. And just knocking this one down with his body is Ryan Fox. D to D, go Fairport, and Eichmann. Oh, and it goes off his stick, otherwise he had a potential break.
That's where that new ice comes into play, the fresh ice.
Nicely flips this in, where it will be played by Fox. Nicely gets it back. Try to saucer past Eichmann. He does get it. Eichmann tried to go short side. Browning makes the save. Newcomb stiffened for a rebound. We're 56 seconds into the second period. Face off inside the Penfield zone.
And I like how she held the glove and the blocker and kept the puck into her right shoulder. Comes my favorite ad.
That's right. Second period brought to you by Rick's Prime Rib House. Thanks to Phil and the gang at Rick's Prime Rib House for their ongoing support of the Section 5 hockey and youth sports in Rochester.
Took my wife there Saturday night. I had the 44-ouncer. I ate about a third of it. It was phenomenal.
I was going to say, you probably still haven't eaten since then, right? So
No.
filling.
Oh, it's just fantastic. Clams Casino were great. My wife had lobster.
That one flipped up and out of the zone and onto the bench. Be sure to check out rocksportsnetwork.com, where you'll be able to watch tonight's game and all of our games this season on demand 24/7 on your desktop, smartphone, or mobile device. Make sure to follow Rock Sports Network for some exciting news coming soon. That's rocksportsnetwork.com, online and on social media. And a face-off win for Penfield. However,
Fairport had the defenseman up on the right wing and three forwards across, and Harvey made a great play.
Allen knocks this one down by himself, and that one goes high on Lair. Good single-handed effort by Cooper Allen, one of the two goal scorers.
He swept it like a broom, though.
Yeah.
You need to turn that top wrist over.
And Flaherty gets taken down on the far boards, and they still are going at it.
There's going to be a penalty.
A delayed call. Let's see. I guess Fairport touched this up, so we'll see who's going. It looks like a holding call, and I believe Justin Ball could be going to the box.
Yeah, that's one of those plays. Could have gone either way. They were both tied up.
Yeah, it looked like it, yeah. As I believe, well, is Flaherty going to the box? No, he's not. So just Justin Ball going to the box. So we're only a minute 47 in, and we already have a power play.
Faceoff comes all the way down, Mandy.
Penfield does have one power play goal tonight. The teams for the next game are already strolling in. We got Victor and Webster Schrader here next game, which should be another good matchup. Face-off one by the Red Raiders. Moosehafen gets this one knocked off his stick, however. Schlifke at the point, over. And a quick shot. Schlifke with a rebound chance. He scores! Jack Schlifke, you can see it coming. The rebound went right to Schlifke, and he deposits that one, making it a 3-1 lead for Penfield on the power play.
Well, right there, once again, the fresh ice comes across or comes into play, as the goaltenders, it's hard to get that crease ground up for you so you don't slide. So as Layer slid over to the left, the fresh ice in his pads allowed him to keep sliding, and that left the wide open net coming on the other side for that extra second, and that's all he needed. Bang, 3-1.
Schlifke's 12th goal on the year. Now has 19 points. And it's 3-1 Penfield. Another successful power play for this Patriots team. And you said, a bit of a tough break for Fairport, however, as that block went right to Schlifke, the most dangerous player on this Penfield team.
Rather be lucky than good.
Absolutely. Burek gets this one back to Carroll, and a little trouble behind the net. That one comes out in front. Now it goes back to O'Brien. Flubs that one. It goes into the near corner.
And I know it's a cliche, Maddie, but the puck finds those guys.
No, it does. How do you think Ovechkin gets a lot of his goals? The puck finds him. Here's Newcomb. And Fairport almost off sides.
Great play by Ball to stay on sides.
Newcomb gets it over to Burek. He'll send it down low for Nicely. Gets it back, finds Newcomb. And he didn't get all of that shot, but good look by Nicely.
The play went off his heel.
Good knockdown by Burek. Defenseman enters the zone. Burek with a shot. That one hit. It looks like they're saying that's a goal. I'm not sure. I guess they're saying. I guess they hit the outside of the net. It looked like it did.
Yeah, I think he called it a goal and then realized that maybe it wasn't. It hit the net because as he was skating and turning his body, it certainly could have been called. I mean, it looked from up here, it could have been a goal.
I think what happened is the puck then was on the back of the net, like back behind the net. Face-off win for Fairport. Good keep in by Newkirk. He'll backhand this one down low for Kaiser.
Kaiser made that play in front, holding up the defenseman.
Falk at the point, hit shot, and a rebound chance, and a good poke check by Stewie to knock the puck off of Jambrone. And now Matson gives chase.
It's going to be an icing. Just needed one more stride, Maddie. Just one more stride.
Second period brought to you by Rick's Prime Rib House. For the biggest mouth-watering prime rib in Rochester, visit Rick's Prime Rib House, Buffalo Road and Gates, for your next family gathering.
Ugh, what an outstanding, and the atmosphere and the environment there was great. I can't wait. I had a sandwich the next day for lunch, and it was phenomenal.
Yet you've yet to take me there. There's Moose Safin.
My wife is much prettier.
I won't argue. Anyway, puck comes back towards the front, stolen back by the Patriots. And collision along the far boards. However, the Patriots take this back. Coming away with it is a Viola, but he loses it. And now comes out of the zone for Flaherty.
Ooh. Physical plays picked up a little bit, Maddie.
Arve banked off the boards. And a good play on that one by O'Brien, or excuse me, by Ebersol.
It's not talked a lot about, but what a great change by Fairport to make sure they stayed off sides coming off their bench in the second period. They moved their forwards out into the neutral zone, which everybody does, but they made sure all three were on sides. Real nice line change.
Ball in the near corner, pass it out in front, and deflected wide by Salerson. He might have actually had time to settle that one down.
Yeah, that one time is still the play, though. That's a nice play because it really gets the goalies moving to one side or the other, and they can't stop that movement. Get that puck away quick. Both teams are doing a great job with that.
Moose Safin retreats behind his own net. A good pass back. And now Salerson up to Dillon.
Fairport brings that weak side guy over to the strong side through the middle to try and get that break pass. That is a real nice play by them. Puck went off the net.
And we'll take our first break. 3-1 is the score. Penfield over Fairport. We'll be back with your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. Penfield, the home team, up 3-1 over the visiting Fairport Red Raiders. The second and final meeting between these two teams. Penfield winning the first one 2-0. and a good division matchup, about as good as you'll see in Section 5. Burek nearly loses it in his skates, and Schlifke harasses him, and Schlifke steals it, and Lair will hold as Schlifke puts that one on net. 9:20 remains in this second period.
Really impressed right there. Nate Miller brought one of his players on the bench, had the whiteboard out, and was explaining to him what he wanted. Didn't yell at him while he was on the ice, because they make 3 decisions a second. Brought him back and showed him quietly over the shoulder what he wanted and how to correct it. The player had some feedback. It was a real great coaching moment right there on the bench by Nate Miller. And Chris Moretter does those things too at Fairport. 2 excellent Section 5 coaches.
Fairport trying to get the puck out of the zone. As, getting dumped to the ice was Carroll. This one goes down where Fox will play it for the Patriots. Sends it to no man's land. Eichmann shot, and that one gets tipped and just barely misses the far post. Not sure who got a piece. Might have been Nicely. Good poke check. Eichmann gets it. Gets pinned up against the boards by Schlifke. Eichmann gets it back.
As Schlifke plays on a higher level, he'll see where he's coming up the wall. He headmans that puck on a give and go.
Newcomb with a shot, they score! A great feed by Tyler Nicely. Newcomb gets his second. It's a 1-goal game with 8:30 remaining in the second period.
Boy, what a great pass. And Nicely has had an outstanding game. But again, their entrance, Penfield's entrance into the offensive zone, instead of being able to get through with speed, Shifsky gets stopped, and then the puck comes back the other way for a goal. We always had a saying at the U of R, make them go 200 feet. But, that's a learning experience.
So again, this back and forth game continues. I've never actually seen somebody getting tossed out of the faceoff as Nick Jambrone was, however. First time I've seen that in Section 5. Good play by Harvey. Get it over to her D partner, Falk. Falk is in there, trying to get the puck away. Taken back by the Patriots, and a good backhand attempt by Stewie. Harvey went down to attempt to block it. I believe it went wide regardless.
What a play by Stewie, though. He was a left-handed shot and came all the way back out in front of the backhand.
Newkirk and Kaiser for potential 2-on-1. Newkirk's shot, that one I believe got blocked by Bobby Bradley. And this one will go down for an icing with 7:54 remaining in the second period.
Stewie came around with his backhand and then went back the other way with it. A great, great play.
Face-off will be in the Penfield zone. Thanks to John here at Webster Ice Arena for their help in making this broadcast possible. This is one of our favorite broadcast locations in Section 5, and the gang here has always been very accommodating. Allen, far side for Leet. Gets knocked back out of the zone. So gets Fairport time to check up. Here's Kaiser with speed along the near side. His pass got blocked. This one will come over to Cooper Allen. He'll flip this one and get this out. However, too far to reach for Leet.
That was a great cross-ice pass by Allen on the breakout.
Moosehafen steps up from his D position to get behind, and that, however, taken back by the Patriots. A turnover in the high slot. A quick shot put on net, and Brownie will make a save as that one coming from Newkirk. 7:03 and left in the second.
Actually got in between her pads as she went down to the butterfly and then lodged in on her right leg just below the knee. But that was outstanding position by that young lady in goal.
A lot of back and forth action is kind of what we predicted for this game. Falk could not keep this one in from the point. Lair will leave it for his defenseman, and that's Reese Burek.
Good reverse on the breakout. Get it out. Nice play.
However, that one too far to the reach of Salerson, so it's taken back by the Patriots. Ebersol steps in, drops this one for Schlifke. Good poke check by Salerson to knock it off of Schlifke's stick. Ebersol's pass was to no one, and that was Dillon streaking on the left wing side. Could have been in one-on-one if the pass got to him. This one just barely comes out of the zone. Taken back by the Patriots, sent in, and they'll start to get a change. Burek has a couple of options. They'll get it up to Dylan. He'll walk in, fires that one. I believe Browning got a piece of that. She might have, but nonetheless goes up in the netting with 6:06 remaining in this second period. And we'll be back with more of your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. You're watching your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports from Webster Ice Arena. Thank you for joining myself, Matt Winthrop, and VJ Stanley for this great matchup between Penfield and Fairport, with Penfield up 3-2 right now. Late in the second, that pass by Nicely hit a stick and went wide. He has been strong on the puck today. Very good passes.
And defensively, too. He back-checked on one to stop a... Oh!
Allen with a move, and that one poked off of his stick by Layer as Allen got around Arve with a nice move.
I'm not comparing him to Jack Eichel, but that was an Eichel-esque move.
Here's Newcomb. He gets around his man, and he fires that one off the side of the net. So a couple good chances for both teams.
Good end-to-end action here.
Nicely. Back to Moosehafen. Over to Arve. Good feed to Eichmann. Now it's Nicely. Some good crisp passes by this Red Raider team. Nicely. That pass. I believe he was trying to hit Newcomb on a saucer pass, but it gets redirected up into the netting. The second period, once again, brought to you by Rick's Prime Rib House. If you're looking for the biggest, juiciest prime rib in Rochester, give Rick's Prime Rib House a try. A great family atmosphere and great service adds to your dining experience. That's Rick's Prime Rib House, Buffalo Road in Gates.
All right, Penfield holding that 3-2 lead with 5:07 left. Good back and forth. Fairport really needs to put a little something in here now. They got the big boys out.
As play is behind the Fairport net. Back to the point, Ebersol. He'll hold it in, they'll fire that one, and that hit the boards and comes out past Flaherty. They'll have to get this one quick as Kaiser is in on the forecheck, as is Newkirk. Good keep in by Falk. They'll get around one. Falk walks in off the post. He'll try a wraparound, and that one gets stopped.
I like this line a lot.
Justin Falk active, it's Jordan Falk active from his defensive position. I'm kidding. You know what? He kind of reminds me of Justin Falk out there from the Hurricanes. He's been very active. Falk with a shot again, and that one misses by only a little. Fairport again keeping the puck in. A quick shot as looking for that screenshot was Ball, but it hit Flaherty in front. Now it's Schlifke. A 1-on-2. Falk and Harvey are back. Schlifke goes far side, fires that one in on Layer.
What a great play by Schlifke. All alone, he brought time, got the change, went wide, did a little dance back and forth. That is an outstanding play by that young man.
This one gets sent into Browning, and she will hold with 3:40 remaining in this second period. This has been a fantastic game.
Fairport really had a great shift there. The Schlifke came back. I can't say enough about that play. He came in, saw it was 1 and 2, and had the presence of mind to go left, had to go right, and came over, and then still got the great shot off. That is just, for a sophomore, for a senior, that's a great play.
Playing some Pearl Jam here at Webster Ice Arena. I'm not even sure if the majority of the players even know who Pearl Jam is. This one goes into Fairport zone. Good play by Moosehafen to get this one out for the time being. And that one too far out of the reach of Dylan. Icing call on Penfield. 3:23 remaining in the second. So the face-off in the Penfield zone.
There was a real nice back check there. It's unfortunate that it ended up being an icing, but great play, spin around, tried to send the puck in, and the puck went in for an icing. But I am very impressed by the hockey IQ of these players tonight.
A face-off win, and that was a set play. However, Ball fired it high. Couple players fall. Dylan with some nice stick-handing move. Oh my goodness. Dylan, we'll see what he can do. Tried to pass out in front, however, stolen back by Sobko on the back check.
And he's back checking.
This one flipped out by Burek. Taken back by Dillon. And an offsides call as Salerson was a little too excited to get into the zone.
What a shift and what some stick handling. And I tell you, Fairport has been passing the puck and moving. This is a really, really good hockey game, a great representation of Section 5 hockey at its finest.
2:51 remains in the second with a face-off outside of the Penfield zone. Top line for Fairport out there. Intercepted by Eichmann. He'll flip this one in. They have to check up. Browning will hold, but nicely sniffing for a rebound. So the face-off is in the Fairport zone.
I really like the amount of speed and shots that are being taken off of the rush on both teams. Anytime you can maintain that zone, get through the neutral zone and the offensive zone with speed, get the puck on net, good things are bound to happen.
Face-off controlled by Eichmann. He gets a quick shot, and Browning had to be ready for that. Good glove down by Arve. His shot gets blocked up, and not sure where that one went. That one went way up and out.
Took a little too long to get that one off. That was right there. You want to get that quick snapper from the point.
I approve of this music being played. Well, old school Green Day at this Section 5 hockey contest. This sees Penfield up 3-2 right now over Fairport.
All right, that's the age difference between Matt. Old school to me is the Beatles, Van Halen, Blue Oyster Cult.
Old school Green Day is the only good Green Day. Back comes the Patriots. Ebersol has been very active on the back end. Walks to the middle of the ice. Great back check by Eichmann. However, Ebersol still gets this one. A backhand pass and a rebound chance.
What a right pad save.
That backhander, I believe,
Layer.
Allen put that on.
Yep, great save.
Allen with a good back check. He's had a very strong game tonight. Arve. This one goes up too far out of the reach of Eichmann. Otherwise, he could have had a good chance. Flaherty. Good knockdown by Nicely. Falk will step in from the point. Newcomb takes his spot. As Leet. And along the far corner, 4 players battling for that puck. Nicely comes away with it. Feeds Eichmann a shot, and he scores! And a great play by Tyler Nicely yet again leads to a goal for Fairport, and the game is tied with 1:22 left in the second.
All right, they got the scrum in the quarter, Maddie, and it's one of the things that it's the new thing now in hockey where they try and freeze the puck. I've never been a fan of it. I think you get it, and as soon as you can, you send it hard around. You don't keep trying to freeze it there. And Nicely worked his butt off, got it, and then he made a really sweet move and got the puck out for the pass for the goal. That's just an incredible play by Fairport in the offensive zone. What we were talking about, forechecking.
Yeah, and the thing is, that was also towards the end of the shift for that line, so they were out there for quite some time.
Good call, man.
Moretter looking for a penalty as Chloe Harvey might have been hooked to the ice, but on the left, referees don't make a call.
What a sweet pass by Shifke. Oh my gosh.
And Witshaber,
that could be a penalty shot.
We have a penalty as Harvey's going to go to the box as Witshaber beat her to the puck.
But that whole play was made, oh my gosh, by Shifke. What he did in the defensive zone, the puck was coming to him, and he just angled his stick going one way and sent it back the other, and then the puck went down for the break and got the play. What an incredible play behind the play to make the play. Does that make sense?
That does. I get it. I'm the only one who really has to understand you.
My wife.
That's true. We got exactly 59 seconds remaining in the second period. Minute and a half up on the board with Chloe Harvey in the box for tripping. This Fairport power play already has converted twice tonight. Good job by Falk to flip it out. Race to the puck. Here's Salerson. He gets it and he gets taken down. The Fairport bench, everybody on that bench looking for a call.
Shifke on the point.
Ebersol, again, very active for a defenseman. Back to Schlifke. It's a round one. Shot gets blocked by Salerson. Yes, that stung him. Schlifke gets it back. Good job by excuse me, that's a Burek. And we have a penalty coming up. Burek drew the call. I believe.
Well, they thought they had a penalty in the first one.
Yeah.
So once you don't get that call, you got to be clean and green the rest of the power play, and they weren't.
As Whitshaber will go, I believe the call might be interference. I didn't see what the referee did, but nonetheless, he hit Burek when he didn't even have the puck, so my guess would be interference.
4-on-4 for the next 23 seconds.
Face off due to the Penfield penalty is back in the Patriot zone. And Fairport gets the top line out there. Newcomb taking this face off against Powlin. Schlifke is gonna go one-on-one with Burek. Try to power move.
Brought it between his legs and brought up. That's a really sweet move.
Newcomb over to Falk.
Got to shoot.
Tried to backhand this one out in front. It looks like time will run out. However, Falk, one last chance, and oh, maybe if they had, no, that's some of the reactions on the Fairport bench. That's not a goal, but they had a couple more seconds. It would have been a goal for Reese Burek, but nonetheless, it is a 3-3 tie after 2 periods between Fairport and Penfield. A fantastic game, and that's why it's our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week. We'll be back with more on My 18 Sports.
High School Hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Bill Grays, College Assistance Plus, and D-Train Media.
We're back with third period action from Webster Ice Arena with Penfield Patriots and Fairport Red Raiders tied at 3. A late penalty on Fairport defenseman Reese Burek, who shot the puck in the net despite the period being over. An unsportsmanlike call. Because of that, Penfield,
was a heck of a shot, though.
It was, but because of that, Penfield's on the power play. A quick shot, rebound opportunity, and a great play to sweep that one away. And
Tyler again.
Oh my goodness, Nicely's have had a great game, great awareness. One penalty to Fairport, however, will be up in 5 seconds. Harvey will come out of the box. And then it's 4-on-4. Harvey is out. She goes to the bench. Newcomb out now. A quick shot. Gets
incoming.
Newcomb
tried to get that puck up to Nicely with a great one-handed pass.
And now we have 4-on-4 play for 15 seconds. Icing call on Fairport. Third period brought to you by Locker Room Sports, outfitting beginners to pros playing hockey, soccer, and lacrosse since 1977, including Ryan Callahan of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Brian Gianta of the Buffalo Sabres and their families. So 16 seconds left on the penalty to Adam Whitshaber. And then a quick backhander, first of all, saved by Lair.
What a great game.
So Whitshaber will be out of the box in 5, and then it will be a very quick power play. And a quick shot by Newcomb off the post. Rebound chance by Falk. Blasting that one from the point, gets blocked.
And that's that same thing, Matty. They bring the weak side guy through the neutral zone to the opposite wing.
A power move, and that one gets flipped wide by Fox. 10 seconds left, and then Burke is out of the box. Penfield doesn't have much time to get something going on the power play, and that'll do it. Burke is out. And a quick change by Salerson, as that could have been caught. Salerson.
Viola made a sweet pass out front. It got blocked, but what a great hockey IQ pass.
Taken back by Moosehafen. He gets knocked off the puck by Leet. Moosehafen with it. Backhands this one up, and it'll be stopped by Fox. He'll flip it back in. Fairport's trying to get a quick change. And Arve just barely missed his goaltender Lair.
See, the guy keeps coming over. I'll tell you, that's a real nice play that Fairport has coming through the neutral zone.
Good keeping. Oh, almost kept it in was Arve. Spoke too soon. Harvey at the point. And she still has it. Somehow it got through everybody. Harvey with a quick shot and saved by Browning.
She got a favorable bounce. It came right up into her body and then back down, and then she got the quick wrist shot off as she came in through the zone. Real nice play by the young lady.
And the good thing is for her as well is nobody was offside, so it looked like It was close, but nonetheless, she was able to get a good shot off, and Lindsey Browning makes another good save. Again, a 3-3 tie.
Lady on lady, you don't see that much
That's
in
right.
Section 5 hockey. I love that.
And both of them have had a strong games at times,
Yes.
except for Harvey having a 1 penalty, but did manage to kill it off. This one goes right to Browning as a ball poked it close.
See
And
Justin
to a
Ball
hole.
use, he let one hand off his stick and then used the run reach to bring it over, then hopped through the other side and tried to get the shot out front. Nice move by that young man.
12-16 remains in the third. Face off to the left of Browning. There's a tie-up still in the face-off circle with Viola and Jambrone. Along the far corner, it's Newkirk. Jambrone steals it back. Fires a shot. That one gets deflected up and goes into the near corner.
Great check by Kaiser to free him up.
Burek's shot. A rebound chance given up, and as that one goes wide, put on by Kaiser, and we have a slashing call? Penalty. We'll see who's going. I believe, based on doing the skate of shame, that's Ryan Fox going to the box. And from up here, you can tell by the young man's body language, it is on him.
Been there, done that.
Fairport will have a power play real quick. Just want to say, be sure to follow Rock Sports Network on Twitter and Facebook, where you can find some great local and regional sports news and entertainment, including live game broadcasts, Matt on Ice Hockey Show, Bills Fanatics Show, and much more. Make sure to follow Rock Sports Network for some more exciting news coming soon. So a power play to Fairport, and that one.
Great shot
like
through traffic.
Falk's shot, who has been very active tonight, might have hit a body in front. Eichmann back to Burke at the point. He'll walk the line, gives it back to Eichmann. His shot gets blocked right in front of him. And Powland does a good job of flipping this up in a potential 2-on-0. Wittshaver fires a shot and a good blocker save. Saved by a Lair.
3-on-1 and a 2-on-0, a man down. Penfield really goes hard, and Fairport really goes hard to try and keep it in at that blue line.
Burek, a top power play unit out for this Fairport team, and top penalty kill unit out for Penfield. Wittshaver's had a couple shorthanded opportunities. Burek does a good job of keeping this one in. Too far to reach it nicely. And flipped up and out of the zone.
Oh, it's set up on the side, the edge of the puck, so he was able to get the whole puck with his stick and flip it way up high.
Good play by Ebersol, one of the taller players out there. Certainly has the ability to flip that puck out easily. Nicely knocks this one down.
Nicely.
Newcomb to Nicely. He's passed across, gets intercepted, and Newcomb tried to stuff that one home, but he lost control.
Tried to get it to Falk.
Penalty is up. Fairport tries to make a quick line change and see if they can get it completed. Falk nearly loses this one. Nicely. We'll drop it back for Arve. To Newcomb. And back to Nicely, who's been out there for a couple minutes now. We'll see if Fairport can complete the change.
What a great play.
Nicely steals it back. He'll take the 1-on-4 essentially. Salerson loses this one and is flipped up and out by the Patriots.
He's gassed now.
He'll go off for a change. Moosehafen takes it from his goaltender Lair. D to D. It's Arve. That pass too far out of the reach of Ball. However, Arve takes it back. They'll send this one over. Dillon loses it.
Yeah, it's a hard breakout with the left-handed shot on the right wing.
Powland and Salerson behind the Fairport net. Powland still battling for it. Taken away by Arve. And we see this one just, I guess, no offsides, or might have been barely kept in. Here's Moosehafen to Arve. They'll wait for the troops to set up and retreat behind his own net. Tips this one up his Ball. And this will go down by Salerson. And good job of preventing that one from being icing. It's Dillon with it now. Dillon still has the puck. Ball sends it down. Fairport still trying to complete a change. This one will go all the way down, and we will have an icing call with 8:39 remaining in the third period. And we're going to take a break this year. Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. This year, Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. 3-3, Fairport and Penfield in the third period. Almost halfway through. Third period brought to you by Locker Room Sports, with 2 locations to serve your equipment needs. Ridge Road West in Greece and the Bill Grays Regional Iceplex. Harvey does a good job of flipping this one up. However, forwards lose it, and this one just barely comes out of the zone, hopping over the stick of Ryan Fox.
Allen sent it back to the point. Fox, I don't think, was expecting it, but that would have been a real nice play completed because it opened some space up.
And a good job of getting this one out by Viola.
Good call right there by the ref, not calling offsides, because they brought the puck back into their own zone.
Harvey couldn't get this one out. Allen with it. Tries a short side opportunity, and that one goes up and into the netting. I believe Layer might have gotten a piece of that one.
Leet has had a real nice game for Penfield, too. He's really heady with the puck. Both teams are really, really well coached. Nate Miller and Chris Moretter at Fairport, Nate at Penfield. But boy, the discipline here and the passing and the teamwork and the speed through the zone, it's a lot of fun.
A power opportunity and a save made by Layer, as I believe Schlifke with a good power move, and Layer with a strong save, one of his best tonight.
Well, and he stayed with him. As Schlifke came out, he stayed with him and then stayed low, because it was going to be really hard, that in tight, for Schlifke to get the puck up high.
Face-off won by Eichmann. The top 2 lines out there for their respective teams.
I know they may not be in the same division, Maddie. This would be a great Section 5 final. No offense to any other teams.
Schlifke gloves it down, shields the puck, fires a shot, and that one hits a player, and I believe down is Moosehaven. And it gets right back up. He's fine. He's a hockey player.
Nice block by Newcomb.
As that shot, like you said, got blocked and sent high, coming off of the stick of Ebersol. Arve. Fairport doing a good job of D-to-D passing. Nicely flipped this one out into the neutral zone. And now it's Powlin. Over to Flaherty. Ooh. Almost intercepted.
That would have been a 3-on-1.
Schlifke chips this one in. Powlin pass. I believe that was a shot pass, maybe. Nobody home. Potential 3-on-2. Newcomb to Ike. Excuse me, the nicely.
On his backhand, it was too hard.
That's all right. A tough one to feed. Nicely walks out in the center. His shot gets deflected up into the netting with 6:40 remaining in the third period, which is brought to you by Locker Room Sports. Stopping to see Graham and the gang. The special attention you deserve. They know the game, they know the fit.
I'll tell you, Schlifke, after that play at the blue line there, has made 4 outstanding plays. This young man has really cranked it up. I love when these kids make adjustments.
And whistle blown. The face-off still remains in the Penfield zone.
Penfield 2-1 after 1, then Fairport got 2 in the second. And Penfield got 1, and that makes it at 3.
Harvey sends this one down low where Dillon takes over. Bounces off of his stick a little bit. Fairport tries to get the cycle going.
She's smart at that point. I really like watching her play. Great balance on her skates, too.
Leet with speed and a good back check by Salerson. He's had a strong defensive game. Bounces over Harvey's stick. Salerson comes back to help out. Now here's Dillon. As they lose a puck, and that shot is flubbed by Leet. However, it comes out, and a quick shot put on, a blocker save as O'Brien stepped in from the point. Another quick shot, that one gets blocked in front. Fairport having a little trouble getting the puck out of their own zone. And another shot save made by Layer, as coming in for the point was Fox.
Boy, as Dillon tried to make the play to get out of the zone, lost the puck, and they had a crazy, we say hockey is time and space divided by goaltending. And what happened there is the puck came right to the point, and every defenseman's dream, take 2 or 3 strides and let it rip, and a great blocker save.
Fairport flips this one out. That's Newkirk. Kaiser gives chase. Flaherty has to get there fast. And he does. Flaherty takes it back. Schliffke chips this one in. Schliffke tried to get, Mooshaven tried to hit him, but Schliffke is a pretty big boy out there.
I love the look he gave.
Schliffke takes it back, a power move saved by Layer, and he will try and cover it up, but he can't. Burek takes it away and tries to flip this one out, but kept in by Flaherty.
What a play by Layer.
And Powlin sees his shot gets blocked.
Giambrone made that play. That's a nice play by him.
That puck almost hit the netting. Powlin does a good job of holding on the puck. Back to Ebersol at the point. A shot saved by Layer, as actually Burek might have been almost screening his own goaltender incidentally. 4:45 remains in the third.
What a great play to get the rebound out of harm's way into the corner.
Penfield starting to get a change. We'll see if Fairport does the same. Here's Ebersol. Behind his own net, too far out of the reach.
Almost too many men on the ice.
Flaherty to Ebersol. They've been out there for a little while now. Flaherty banked off the boards. Mooshaven tries to hit his man. It's Cooper. Tries to dive, and that one comes out, and they score! Marco Viola. The puck came to him right in the slot. He fires that one, bar down. Penfield regains the lead with 4:11 left in the third.
Another fortunate bounce there. Boy, I really like it in front when the guys look at that puck and we say you drive it right through the back of the netting. He just buried that. There have been some really fortuitous, I rarely use these big words because I don't know many of them. I struggle with the English language, and what a great goal.
Viola with a big goal. And another Penfield looking for more. Fox. And that one goes over to O'Brien. It gets blocked. Behind the net, Arve to Nicely. See if Fairport can get something going with about 3:45 remaining in this game. Arve behind his own net. To Newcomb. Over to Falk, who's had another strong game. Chipped in, and Falk will give chase. He actually gets there first. Newcomb battling for it in the near corner. Nicely with it. Good strip of the puck. Now it's Schliffke. Falk intercepts it. Newcomb. He'll flip this one back down. Thought for a minute he was going for a change, but top line elects to stay out. Arve's shot. Hits a body front. Good keeping by Falk. Newcomb goes past him. Flaherty. Arve keeps it in. A flubber of a shot. And it's saved by Browning as they hit a body right in front of Arve. 2:57 left in the third.
A little bit of that knuckleball coming in and then coming down.
We've seen a couple of those. As I believe it was actually Bradley's goal, who might have been a knuckler of a shot. Puck in the near corner. Two Fairport players looking for that one. Intercepted by Ball. Fires a shot for the point. Browning makes the save and almost gave up a rebound, but she will hold. 2:47 left in the third. Face-off remains in the Penfield zone. See if Fairport can get something going here. Salerson in the face-off circle. That one goes right to Browning, knocks it aside. Flaherty flips this one out. Now here's Burek, and I guess icing call on Penfield. So an offensive zone face-off yet again for Fairport.
I'm really impressed by Schliffke. You know, I knew I was going to say it at some point, but he had a couple of great plays, and then he was working with the puck, and then he made the adjustment. He's made a couple of great plays, a couple of power moves, and has really showed it. The whole Penfield team is very impressive.
Schliffke flips it out into the neutral zone, taken back by Ball for the Red Raiders. Flip this one in, past Ebersol.
He's had a strong game, too.
And now it's Schlifke. Potential 2-on-1 if they use their speed. Schlifke's shot gets blocked. Good block by Burek. And he gets around his man. Ball. Oh, Burek just missed that one. Glove down by Salerson. Gets around one. Blocker save made by Browning. However, it might have been going wide, but nonetheless, she won't take a chance. Knocked out of the zone by Stewie. Burek fans on his pass.
Minute and 47. We'll look for the goalie to come out in a little bit.
Here's Falk. And this one gets knocked off of his stick. Burek with it again. He'll flip this one in. Fairport probably trying to make a change and get in the top line of Nicely, Eichmann, and Newcomb out there. Burek elects to stay on the ice. This one chipped out, and now Stewie has a race to the puck. He's in alone, a great poke check by Lair. He's been active with that stick today. Here's Falk. Enters the Penfield zone. Behind the net, Newcomb to Falk. Newcomb takes it back. Tried to pass that one on front. Nicely with a turnaround attempt. Gets blocked. Newcomb strong on the puck. 1 minute remains. Burek's shot. Save made by Browning. And this one's going to get sent down the ice. And we are going to have an icing call on the Penfield. 52.4 remains in the third. We'll see if perhaps we see a timeout here. Or maybe even see if Michael Lair comes out of the box. He's looking at the bench right now, wondering what to do.
Timeout, Fairport.
I was going to say, I could tell Chris Murder's body language. He was looking for one.
He had to talk, get something straightened out with one of his assistant coaches, I'm sure, the players.
And we'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back for this exciting finish between Penfield and Fairport in the Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. This here Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week only on My 18 Sports. 4-3 Penfield over Fairport with 52.4 seconds remaining in this third period.
Goalie pulled.
Goalie pulled for Fairport. They did after Chris Murder called the timeout for his team. This one goes over to Whitshaber. He'll just chip this one out in the neutral zone. Burek. Clear the red line. Knocks it in. It might have been close. I'm not even sure if he did clear it, but I guess they won't call it. Newcomb with it. His shot gets blocked up and into the netting with 26.6 remaining in this third period. I'm guessing the faceoff will stay in the Penfield zone.
So you got Newcomb not taking the draw. He's over on the left wing. Then coming right in behind him, stacking up his ball. Two left-handed shots there. Try to get it back to the point.
Burek sends it down low to Ball. This one comes up. Down to Whitshaber. He'll fire it into the empty net, and he scores. Whitshaber, he's had a few chances today, gets the empty netter, and Penfield takes a 5-3 lead with 10.7 seconds remaining in the third.
Empty net goal by Penfield. So they'll get an empty net goal, make it 5-3 with 10.7 seconds to go. We thought we lost our mics there for a minute here. Fairport had the play coming right out front, unable to connect, and then the puck came down at Fairport. Penfield gets the empty net goal.
So with this, Penfield will move to 11-1-1 on the year. Fairport, and another heartbreaker, drops to 9-5-1. But nonetheless, this was a fantastic game. So comes out in the neutral zone, and that'll do it.
That's the end of the game. Penfield 5, Fairport 3. We'll be back after these messages.
We're here with Lindsey Browning. Our player of the game is Penfield defeated Fairport 5-3 today in our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week. Lindsey, another strong game for you and your team. What were you seeing in net tonight?
Well, we started out strong in the first period, getting that first goal. That really put us ahead of the game, got us some momentum, and it really got us going to finish out strong in the third period too. Had some great talks in the locker room, good motivation, a little yelling around there, and got some goals in the third to finish it out.
And now Fairport was doing a good job of getting bodies in front of you as well. You saw a couple deflections. So, I mean, were you trying to communicate with your defensemen and trying to get them to, maybe get bodies out in front of you to clear the net?
Absolutely. We're always talking back and forth, the defense and I. I don't know if they hear me sometimes, but most of the time they do. And they actually did a great job of responding today and getting those bodies out of the way so I could see a pathway to the puck.
What's a win like this do for the team's confidence moving forward?
Oh, it's huge. It's a huge win. We had a 10-year drought versus Fairport, and to come back and win twice in one season, we feel like nothing can stop us now.
Well, here's this wonderful plaque. Congratulations on the play of the game, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
My 18 Sports would like to introduce today's Zweigels fan of the game, Taylor Hartline, a junior from Fairport. Taylor receives a Zweigels t-shirt and a $25 gift certificate from Locker Room Sports.
Penfield with a big 5-3 home victory over the Fairport Red Raiders, sweeping the season series over Fairport this year. And VJ, it was a fantastic game. Unfortunately, one team had to lose, but this might have been one of the better games we're going to see this year.
Yeah, and what I really like, Matty, is that there was a lot of what I call system play. Fairport moving the puck through the middle of the ice with the weak side winger coming around. Some excellent goaltending also, and Penfield using their strength and size. This is all going to play well for both teams further on down the road in the playoffs.
And we expect to see them down there. But for now, Penfield again with a 5-3 victory over Fairport. For VJ Stanley, I'm Matt Winthrop. Thank you to our crew, and we'll catch you next time for more of your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports.